Hi everyone, welcome back to Step with Lucas. So today I have a special guest, Le. So Le and I we will discuss about the situation in Singapore and also how an actress find a job in Singapore and also how an actress thinking different to a business mindset person. Okay, let's start it. Okay, I think before we jump up to ask him some difficult and tough questions, we should warm up a little bit. Hi, Le, can you introduce a little bit about yourself to my friends?
My name is Le, and I'm currently staying in Singapore, and I write music and perform my own music for my ambition and my career. I play beach volleyball for leisure on a quite competitive level, and that's why I meet Lucas on the beach. Yeah.
Anyway, you say that you compose music. So far in your entire life, how many songs have you composed already? Do you remember?
That is a very good question, actually. I wrote five major sets of work. I have 12 violin etudes. I wrote The Planet Earth Song, which was premiered in January this year. And during the circuit breaker, I had written two sets of song cycles, which is called The Circuit Breaking and The New Bubble.
Wow, you write a song for the circuit breaker in Singapore?
Not just a song, but a cycle of songs.
Okay, cycle sound. Okay, we'd like to hear that song later at the end of this video, watching for that. Okay, let's dive in to know him a little bit for personal level. Okay, can you give me 3 words to describe your characteristics?
I think I had.
3 adjectives or nouns or any 3 words.
Okay, I'm impatient.
Impatient.
Impatient. I'm also very enchanted. I'm very wild. Yeah.
Why?
Wild.
Okay, why?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you give an example about being wild? Yeah.
Okay, so impatient is regarding the situation of things that I'm fussy about. Like if someone is playing really bad at volleyball and when I expect him to have a very competitive
God.
game with me,
You're
it's
competitive.
This kind of
You're
things.
so competitive.
Yeah, this kind of things. It's I'm not towards that person, but it's just my character. I can be very enchanted. Like for a situation like this, we are making a very meaningful.
As an artist and a pianist, right? Do you have that feeling and that pressure when you go in to perform a new song or something like that? How could you overcome?
I was thinking about that question earlier this week, actually.
Wow. Are you going to have a performance soon?
I hope so. I was trying to define acting. What is your definition of acting?
Actually, guys, I'm acting now.
Yeah. What is your definition of acting?
I think acting to me that would like you express something by your own way, like you not could be yourself, but could be something else that for purpose, behavior in purpose. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's very nice. So for me, when I perform a new piece, it's kind of I have to become the character in that song. So acting for me is not pretending, but it's honestly becoming that person, that character.
Interesting. Yeah, like you adjust yourself, you adjust your behavior and characteristic to match with the requirement of that masterpiece, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I agree this point with him that we say that fake it to make it, that kind of acting, but that's true when we think we want to deliver something, we want to become something, we need to think of that and then your behavior somehow that will deliver that one better way. But for the professional acting professional like the actors or actress, I have no idea about that, so maybe I will find out if we have any actors or actress. I will invite them to my YouTube channel for this kind of
I
interview.
always have a feeling that you have great potential to become one.
Do you know that when I was young my father said that, hey look, why don't you take an acting course, class. I would say yeah, it's quite interesting, but because from interesting becomes a passion and you're good at that really a long journey, and I denied that journey, so I think that still have a long way for me to get there if I want it again. But thank you for that compliment.
I think your presence is very pleasant, always in front of the camera or when you are with a person, when you're talking to a person. It is always pleasant. We call it likability, means people like you, you're very likable. Yeah.
Thank you. I hope that he likes me.
I like you as a friend.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, actually, if people know me well, like I quite a friendly, easy, approachable one to talk with. But when I am alone, I completely to be a different person. So recently, I realized that I'm kind of mixed between introvert and extrovert. Like I'm with people, I can be an extrovert. But when I'm alone, I prefer really a long time doing something by myself. So I think that kind of adjustable to the life. So I think I'm adaptable person. Yeah.
I wonder what you will be like when you are alone. I would be curious to see if that state of mind of you, I think it's very different, right?
I couldn't say that it's different because I don't have a reference to compare. But I can tell you how I doing when I'm alone. So when I'm alone, I don't watch Netflix much. I do something like I learn something like recently I'm learn Chinese or I try to learn something. Because my belief that I want to maximize my time to create the future value that we just mentioned before. And for me, spending a lot of time for entertainment at this time wouldn't give much value for me in the future. And when talking with people, that kind of entertainment to me already. So when I'm alone, I more spend time to improve myself or to reflect what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. So sometimes I share the feeling what I'm thinking to people, but I guess that maybe people couldn't understand fully. So that's why I usually write a diary about what I feel, what I think. I don't expect people to know much about me or understand me well. So that's why when you have the time to nurture yourself, to reflect what you're feeling. So that is what I'm doing now. Yeah.
The word you mentioned interests me a lot. You say value.
Okay, this is the last question, guys. Don't leave us now. Okay, ask.
Are you think you're able to love yourself?
Wow, this is really a tough question to me. Even though people might see that I a person who love myself a lot, or I think that I love myself, but because we mentioned about love we cannot measure or we cannot contain it or say enough or not. So I think for the standard love, where people say I think I have that standard, but for my love expectation to myself, I think I need to do more. Yeah, that's my answer.
That's great to hear.
How about you?
I don't.
You don't love yourself?
I don't think I'm able to love myself enough, like what you said. So I recently wrote a song. It's called "Like the Way You Love Us." So I want to
Wait, the way we love us.
like the way you love us.
But why not the way I love myself?
Because I need to learn from.
See, from the title, you also show that you don't love yourself enough. You think about us, about the people in general.
I love us, but I'm not sure I love myself that much. I'm learning how to love me. Yeah.
So maybe you should adjust the title or a song a bit about how I love myself, so you can reflect and understand you more, rather than to think what people and how do people love themselves.
No, the name of the song is called "The Way
The way.
You Love Us." So you.
Who is us? Who are us then?
Us, the human. So the you in this context could be God as I know it, or the source of the universe, or the beginning of love. So I guess I'm always trying to find the ability to love myself and other people. I think it is something that we all desire to have, the ability to love. Recently I had a very pleasant conversation with my professor, so I asked him this question too, and he mentioned it to me that to love someone who is lovely is not a big of a deal. to love someone, something that is beautiful is easy.
Yeah, that's true.
But how do you love something that is not lovely? How do you love something that is ugly, or something has a default or is imperfect? That's difficult for us to
That's
love.
true. That's true. So, do you think that if you say so, if you don't love yourself enough, is that the reason something inside yourself not really imperfect? That's why you couldn't love yourself
Could be.
enough. Could be, right?
Could be.
Mhm.
Yeah. Could be. I think that's a little bit inaccurate to say I don't love myself enough.
Okay.
I would say I do not know how to love. I mean, you imagine something, you imagine love to be like this, or you can feel love somehow is to be like that. But to be honest, I don't really know how to love myself and love another person.
Yeah. Actually, talking about love, that is a big topic to
Yeah.
discuss, and we're not that smart or intelligent enough to cover on. So that's why to stay tuned, and maybe we come up another video talking about this topic. But anyway, do you have any last sentences for our audience?
We forgot a very important question.
What?
During this special period of time, how this impact your business, your the business running in this in the CBD area or in Amazon, and how it impact on you?
Well, okay guys, before I answer, if you don't want to hear about the situation in Singapore, because everyone have trouble now around the world, so you can skip this video and subscribe and leave us a comment below. If not, okay, listen to my answer. Okay, actually that quite impact me, not a lot, but somehow, because my workload increasing because I need to deal with the chores, cooking at home, and try to separate the working life and my balanced life, which is kind of mixed right now. But see, now I get to know how to manage that quite comfortable, quite okay now, yeah, for me. But luckily, I think I'm quite lucky that my company is still doing well, and we try our best to help our customers to get them overcome this such unusual business. So that's why we work more to help our customers, so that got an impact. How about you?
I think I learned how to cook during this period of time.
Are you will
I can cook something for you after the interview. Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Let me try
Very
and tell
simple,
you well.
Very simple. Yeah. So I learned how to cook. I learned how to really spend time with myself. How to really face that solitude. And I wrote a lot of music during this period of time, and I had a very inspiring personal journey, a spiritual journey. How do I overcome me?
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much guys. So leave us any comments below. If you want to know more about Lur, you can follow Lur on YouTube right now. I will put in the description. You can follow him. So he's such a talented for the piano, right? Yeah, the piano playing. Anyway, stay tuned and follow me for the other videos. Thank you, stay safe. Okay, thank you, bye bye.
See you. Say bye bye in Chinese.
再见
Good job.
再见